Do you want to know one of my biggest secrets for success in life? Well, it's really not that much of a secret. Actually, if you've seen the title of this video, you probably already know what it is. But I would love to tell you how showing up has worked for me. Welcome to Allie on Life. I'm so glad you're here. It's story time. I'm so excited that I get to tell you this story about showing up and how that has worked for me throughout my life. But first, you know what's coming, right? It's time to subscribe if you haven't already. Why do I keep asking for subscribers? Well, it's because it's really important to me. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and please share this video with your friends because sharing is caring. Well, when I started college, I had to go to freshman orientation. It probably wasn't the greatest presentation, although they actually did some things pretty well. One thing I definitely remember though was they said, your job while you're in college is to show up to class and do your work. And sometimes just showing up to class will make you a successful student. And I thought, well, I want to be a successful student because I'm here. I didn't want to lose my scholarship and I didn't want to waste any other money that I was spending to be in school. So I wanted to be successful. So I took that advice and I just decided I was always going to go to class. I wasn't one of those people who would skip for random reasons. I occasionally missed a class, but only because of something really important that was going on. Maybe if I was sick or had an appointment or something like that. I just went and it worked. Amazingly. My professors knew who I was because I was always there. It was a small school, and so classes were generally pretty small. I wasn't really obnoxious. I wasn't the one who was always asking annoying questions or being a know-it-all. I was just there. If there is a requirement that professors had, which sometimes they did, to actually ask questions, I would do that. I just showed up. And if I was struggling with something, I would ask. I would go to their office hours when I needed to. They knew who I was. And that was really great. It paid off in a lot of different ways. For one thing, they kind of liked me because they knew that I was taking it seriously. And also, there were a few times in my college career where I'm pretty sure that just showing up, whether it was a requirement for a grade or not, just the fact that I was always there bumped me up a letter grade. And that is one of the reasons why in my entire college career, I only ever got 2 B's. The rest were A's. That's right. I graduated summa cum laude. And it's not just because I'm super, super smart. I'm pretty smart. It's not just because I was the best in the class, because most of the time I wasn't. It wasn't because I studied so hard, because let me tell you, I did not study very hard at all. I wrote some great papers, and that was one reason for my college success. But really, it just ended up that I was there. That's it. And I realized that now in college, showing up sometimes looks a little bit differently. Especially now in 2020, showing up rarely means being in person. But you can still show up in other ways. And I continue to show up in other ways throughout my life. This really worked for me when I was actually engaged in my Mary Kay business. I didn't do it very well. It wasn't something that came naturally to me. And so I had to show up for trainings and for events and be there and try to figure out how to be the best Mary Kay consultant that I could be. And I did pretty well with it for a while. But one of the great things was that I got to learn from some of the best people in the business. And they got to know me a little bit, which was really great. I love it when people know me, when they know who I am and they know my name. A friend and I were talking one time about what we wanted in life, and I said, I want to be a star. And it's true, I do. I have a big personality and big dreams, and yeah, I want to be famous. But I also just want to be known. I want people like you, like the people around me, to know who I am and to appreciate me for who I am. And one way to make sure that that happens is to show up in people's lives. To show up to events, to show up to trainings, to show up for coffee, and just be there. One of the ways that people get to know you is if they see you. And that can be in person or on social media. I actually know a lot of people, on the internet that I've never met in person, but I know them well. They know who I am and we interact. Whenever I buy an online course, for example, I really love it when the instructor is involved in like a Facebook group, or there's an admin that's really present there and I can ask a lot of questions and other people can ask questions and I can be involved in the discussion and help out because I love to do that. It's one of my favorite things to do. And that way I get to know them. I pay for group coaching and memberships and different things so that I can be in people's space and I can show up and they know who I am. Now, this is just a guess, but I think it's true. There are people out there who are experts in their field or they're well known in their area of knowledge or in what they do. Not exactly, celebrities, but people who are known and people who I admire. And they know who I am. I have no idea what they think about me, but they might think that I'm a crazy stalker. That's really not true. I just show up. I participate in their communities, in comments and communication and things that they put out there. I reply to tweets or Instagram posts. I'm there. I keep showing up. And I have this idea, this feeling that maybe at some point when I become something, they might turn to one of their friends and say, I knew she was going to do something great. And that to me is really, really important. Not only knowing that people know who I am, but that I can actually go to them and ask questions if I have something that I really need to know. Because in several different cases, people who I know and admire who are names that I'm not going to drop, but people who I like, they actually like me, which is great. Because then I get the help that I need to do the things that I want to do. And I can maybe help them in some way. When someone asks for, what's this podcast? Or what's a book that you would recommend? Or who's someone who's really good at your business or creating websites or something like that, I can say, oh, I know of this person who's really, really great. So in my way, I give back as much as I can because they have given so much to me. And I just hope that someday, because I've shown up, that they'll be excited when I succeed. Show up in life, show up to class. You never know where it might get you. What do you think? What are some ways that you're showing up consistently? Or what are some ways that you need to be? Show up in the comments and let's talk about it. Now, I'm currently offering a way to show up in my space and get some more help and personal interaction and assistance from me. And that is with my 12-week coaching group that I'm starting. If you have a book that you're writing or you want to get your message out more clearly to your customers, your clients, or your audience, send me an email, Allie@AllisonDuke.com, and I will send you the details for that program. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful, and we will chat again soon.